Hi everyone, it's Krista with Dimensional Healing, and I got tagged in an intuitive challenge. I have to say this is my first kind of challenge. This is my first challenge of this kind, but I'm pretty excited. I watched Hibiscus Moon. She's the one who challenged me, and I watched hers, and I thought that, hey, you know what? I like that. I think I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm just going to get right to it before I go on. I've only briefly read a couple of the questions, so pretty much everything is coming off the top of my head. So the first question is, share your first paranormal experience that comes to mind. Well, my first paranormal experience that comes to mind was when I was a little girl. I lived in an old home in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and in the, on the grounds where the home was, there were two children that were buried. I do not remember their names because I was about 3 at the time, but they played with me. And I remember distinctly them playing with me. And I remember them very vividly playing, or I don't want to say playing with my mom, because my mom would play her guitar, but I remember them being interested and enjoying listening to her play her guitar and sing. So that is my very, very, very first paranormal experience I remember. I have since had more, especially dealing with ghosts, as my life has progressed. But yeah, I really do. I thought that was really cool. So my second question, have you ever had a premonition? Well, that one's a bit tougher, only because I can't give one of those definite answers. I can't say, yes, 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 I had this premonition and it came true. I can say that, yes, I know and I have sensed when things were going to happen. I guess a good example is today. I knew that I was going to get a phone call from the school, and lo and behold, I did. I wasn't trying, it was one of those I always love it when I'm wrong, but yet I had this inkling, yep, it was going to happen, and it did. But there are other things that have happened where I've been like, oh, I knew that was going to happen, or I saw that coming, things. So I guess, that's the closest thing I can say to yes for having a premonition. So let me see. Have you ever? Okay, premonition. Oh, when did you get your first tarot or oracle deck, and what deck was it? Well, I got my first oracle deck back in 2011, I think it was. I bought, and I actually brought it, I bought Earth Magic. This was my very first, and is my very first deck. And I got it after I did actually I was working on a different kind of a challenge. It was this long one. It was a 7-day challenge. And I decided that I really wanted to invest in an oracle deck. In terms of a tarot deck, I did purchase one for a costume a few years ago, but they don't resonate with me. Tarot decks don't resonate with me. I have had tarot readings done, and actually, yes, a long time ago, when I was much younger, I actually did learn how to read tarot cards, but again, it really never, I've not been drawn to it since. So I like my oracle decks. I have several of them. I do readings for people as well, and I really do have a lot of fun because I have quite an I have I have a small collection compared to many people, but I really do have a good time with them. All right, so what element do you connect with most? What element do I connect with most? So my elements are earth, wind, air, and no, that'd be earth, air, fire, water. I connect, I think, most with water. I am a water baby. Because of what my dad's career and my husband's career, I have always lived on a coast somewhere. I've always lived within about 45 minutes of major water, an ocean of some sort. Usually I am within walking distance of a body of water. I love water and I connect very much. I also carry the Nibi Wabu water blessing ceremony. I'm one of the people that is trained to do that. So that really is something that's close to my heart. But yeah, I would say water. I swim, I sail, I've always been connected. When I really need to focus myself, going to the beach and listening to the waves is a good thing. Now, with that being said, I also connect. I really connect to Mama Earth. She and I are, whoa, there you go. I'm outside. That's what happens. Right now I'm surrounded by trees and I just absolutely love being surrounded by trees. So, but yeah, it'd probably be earth and water. Definitely. All right. So onward. I have a few more. Oh, here we go. Do you believe in fairies? Yes, I do. But for me, a fairy doesn't look like Tinkerbell. I think a fairy is more along. I think of it like a wood nymph or something more elemental that connects with the forest and stuff. But yeah, I really do. I know that I have friends who connect greatly with the fairy energy. I don't necessarily connect. I can't say that I connect with the fairy energy. But I believe in the fairy energy. I haven't had any personal experiences that I can recall with fairies, but because I spend so much time, I spend a lot of time outside in nature. Yeah, I'd have to say, yeah, I do. Yes. Okay, so there we go. And then it says, what do you prefer, moon or the sun? Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. I do connect with the moon. I feel, for me, seeing the moon every day, or I follow the phases of the moon. So connecting to moon energy is really important for me. However, with that being said, connecting with the sun is just as important. So I want to say I have a balance of both. Connecting with the sun really is just as important in my life as connecting with the moon. The moon for me is very feminine, and I like connecting with that and watching the cycle, because it connects with the energy and the cycles of women. It connects with the water energy, and I like connecting with the sun energy, because that also connects. I mean, that helps the trees, the plants, the grass grow, which in turn feeds us, and the sun feeds us as well, because without it, we can't process our calcium as well, right? So we really need the vitamin D from the sun. So yeah, I love the sun energy as well as the moon. So that was good. So, what's my favorite crystal or stone? Now, this one I did prepare just a little bit for, because, like with the Earth Magic cards, because I wanted to think about it, because I am a crystal healer, and I absolutely love my crystals. And I've been connecting a lot with a few stones. One of my all-time favorite stones that I've been working with, and I like it a lot for a number of levels, is selenite. And this is my selenite wand. And again, I'm trying to show you a crystal, and it's not. There you go. This is my selenite wand, and it helps connect with the higher, with your higher self. So it brings you up into your higher chakras. And so I really enjoy that. But I also enjoy my wand, and I use it a lot when I'm doing healings with people, because it helps to smooth out their auric field and their energy. And people typically will walk away really, really refreshed and rejuvenated. So I do love working with selenite. The other stone that I have been working with a lot, and I am really drawn to it, is Larimar, which is what I'm wearing, the pendant and the earrings. And if any of you have been watching my videos, probably for the last year, you'll have noticed that I wear Larimar pretty consistently. I got this set a couple, I want to say now, almost 2 years ago. Was it? Yeah, maybe 2 years ago, and I've been wearing it pretty much every day since. I mean, I'll take it off and like wear Baltic amber, or I have opals that I'll wear, and I have other pendants and stones that I wear, and typically my wrists are adorned in a stone of some sort. But yeah, the Larimar really speaks to me, and I think it goes back to the water element for me, and the fact that it's related, to the Atlantean and Delamere and all sorts of great fun places that resonate also with me. So, alrighty, we could talk about crystals all day, but that onward. So, can you see spirits or spiritual beings? That's a really good question. How can I answer? I know that there are spirits, and I sense their energy. I think I feel them more than I see them. I have a knowing that they're about, although in my peripheral vision, which is where most people will start seeing, I do see energy. So I do see spirits moving. I don't necessarily see them, standing in front of me, which is fine. But yeah, I do see them, especially when the in between times, whether you're in between waking up, in between going to sleep, or in between dawn and dusk. That is when I feel like you can see the energies far more. And it's the same with being able to see them as well. And every now and again, depending upon how I think my balance is with myself, I might see something through, through the, I guess, walk or come through my pathway. So yeah. So on to a new question. We don't want this to last forever. All right, would you rather be able to fly a broomstick, breathe underwater, make things grow fast, or control fire? I think overall, I don't know. My husband says I fly a broomstick. Does that count? All right. Throw him under the bus. I don't know. I think this is one of those questions I think I'm going to have to pass because they all have a good benefit. Yeah, I think they all have a good benefit. So I'd love a little bit of everything. So what is your animal totem that you feel most connected to? Oh, that is really tough. I have a few animal totems that I connect with. Lately, I think I really feel like I connect to my otters. Their playfulness and the fact that they hold hands when they fall asleep, and that they hold on to each other when they fall asleep. And yeah, I think I want to say I think it's the otters I connect most with. So let me see. What is your first animal totem or spirit totem? That I don't know. I guess I really never, I can't say that I have a first. I've connected with so many. It depends too where I am. So I don't know. I mean, I love dolphins. I love horses. I love birds, especially birds of, the big birds like the eagle and the hawk. Although I have had a very good connection with wolves, especially a big white. I have a white wolf, or maybe it's a silver gray wolf, that has been a totem that I take that back. Yeah, when I did a animal totem meditation, and that really was present. So that would have been maybe my first known animal totem was a wolf. But the significance was the color. It was a silver gray. I also have a doe that is a very significant animal totem that I've been working with. That came in a very recent meditation that I did. So maybe there you go. All right, we're up to 17 minutes. Wow. Okay, so tell us about your first spirit guide. My first spirit guide. My first spirit guide is a Reiki guide that I connected with, and is someone that I've worked with considerably, and I am very connected to this guide. I'm not going to share too much about him, other than it is a him. It's a masculine energy, and he has a great sense of humor. And what I know about my other guides is that if I'm not listening to them, they start to get louder and louder and louder. I may not know completely a lot about them, but they make their presence known when I'm not, especially I should say when I'm not listening. Yes. Okay, so do you feel more connected to the stars or the earth? Ooh, that's tough. Ooh, that is really tough. See, a few years ago I would have said the stars. I want to say it's a balance of both. I mean, I love the stars, and I think for right now I'm really trying to find that equal balance of having an earth connection as well as a celestial connection. I mean, I love outer space. I am enthralled with watching the stars, the moon, now that I'm down in the southern hemisphere learning about the constellations down here and what you can see and what you can't see. So yeah, but I still, with as much as that intrigues me, I'm still very connected with my earthly experience. Yeah, I think so. Yep, I have to say both. So what is your preferred method of blessing and cleansing? Now, I have to say Hibiscus Moon made a very good point about that. Blessings and cleansing are two totally different things. So we'll start with blessing. Blessing is my intention. I have to say, funny enough, if you watch her and then you watch me, she and I think, are going to say the same thing. Blessing is my first, is my preferred. I'm sorry. Putting my intention into what I am doing is my blessing, and is my preferred way. I believe that if you go forward with everything with a very, the greatest good, your intent being for the greatest and highest good, that is the best blessing. And in terms of cleansing, I go back to using sage and smudging with sage. I like to use dry sage and smudge, although when I'm working with clients, I do have a spray that I use instead, so that if the smoke bothers them, so that they don't have a reaction if that bothers them. Okay, and then my last question: what color do you feel most spiritually connected to? For me, that currently I have to say is purple. And when it isn't purple, then it's blue. But right now, I'm really connected to purple. I just bought a bunch of stuff for dimensional healing, and everything that I got is in this rich, beautiful royal purple. So I'd have to say that. Now, I guess I'm supposed to tag people for this challenge, so I'm going to tag a few of you, a few of my friends, and I hope that you'll do it. It's a lot of fun, made me think, and if you want to join in, you can go ahead and add on to it and have a lot of fun. I wish you all many blessings, and keep working on being the best version of yourself. Talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.